Hello everyone, welcome to another video with me. And in this video, I kind of want to show my movie haul I bought within the Criterion sale that's happening this month. And since we're halfway through the month, uh I've been kind of like maybe looking into buying more, but I have a whole stack right here in front of me. The total amount of Criterion films that I've got from day one the sale happened is 28 straight off the back. But I want to share my haul since I love watching videos of people going out buying movies, showing off their haul, buying physical media, because nowadays you can't really find a physical media store anymore. And if you do, it's kind of expensive compared to like mainstream stores like Barnes and Nobles. If I know Best Buy doesn't do it anymore. Target you'll find some. Um Walmart, I don't have a Walmart in my area. I'm based on New York City, so we don't have a Walmart. But it's really hard to find physical media when it comes to movies and CDs here in within New York City because I love film. Um I've been kind of getting in back into film, trying to have my own collection because I'm tired of streaming. So yeah, just to note, I have not seen any of these films. I legit just saw like a trailer, and if it looked interesting, I picked it up. If not, I'll save it for later as a maybe. But yeah, all these Criterion Collection physicals I've not seen, and I'm excited to see these. I want to show off this haul because it's really exciting. I like these movies. These movies seem very interesting. So here we go. Okay. All right. So starting with the first one out of 28 Criterion films, I picked up Ikiru. You see that these are all still sealed because the way I'm doing it is when I'm planning to watch these, I'll rip them open and watch them. So it'll feel like it's exciting to watch something new, right? Even though I already bought them, but it's just the way I'm doing it. I don't want to open them all and then just like not remember if I watched them or not. So yeah, these are all sealed, and I'm excited to watch them. First one's Ikiru. I feel like after watching the trailer and like reading about it, reading some reviews, and saying how the theme of this film is very like it's very real and just something about it like I'm very curious about it because it's a conversation of like okay, you know when you're about to die or you know you're going to die. We all know we're going to die. But like in this film, he's given a death sentence cuz he has cancer, I believe, and he's trying to find happiness. So he tries out all these things of like what is perceivably new known to like oh this will make you happy or you'll find joy, but this character from what I've seen from the trailer, I don't know anything about it, from what I've seen from the trailer, he's trying his best to like be happy or find purpose of like is there a purpose for me to continue living my life knowing that I will die in a certain amount of days or months or so, or there's a time frame. So, and I'm sure there's a lesson in this, and that's what I kind of love about these movies. There's like a life lesson within these films. So, Ikiru, I'm very excited, but I feel like I need to be in the mood to watch this film. But I do want to watch this film. Very good. Next, House. I I saw the trailer and I read a little bit about it that the director, while making this film, he asked for advice from his daughter, which I believe at the time was like 10 years old. She was very young, like child, and they basically made this film together. And I've never seen it. I've always wanted to see it because, like, the trailer Alibu, it looks crazy. It looks insane. But and this was supposed to be a Halloween film, but I didn't get it by then, so I just waited for the sale. But I've been meaning to watch this. So yeah, I'm actually really excited for this one, just because the idea of like the crazy scenes that has been shown within the trailer, it just looks like a fun time. Just like the madness. It's like the stuff you don't see nowadays. Like it's very how do you say experimental? Yeah, but House. Very excited. Next is Solaris. So I heard about this film in like an old YouTube film. Someone mentioned it, and I believe it was like the remake with Mel Gibson. I believe I don't remember, and I've always wanted to check it out, just because one, the name sounds like so space. There's is like a space vibe. Um, and I saw the trailer, and I saw a little bit of it. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna see anymore because it sounds like this could be an amazing trip, like an amazing journey. It feels like Interstellar like, and I love Interstellar. I have like 3 copies of it because I have like 2 steelbooks and then the 4K. But this sounds like a fun time, and I'm very excited to. But I need like a proper mood. Like I want to go on a journey, and this would be the movie when I'm in that mood. So Solaris, it sounds very very interesting. Uh, it's in Russian, so that's even cool. Yeah, very, I'm very curious about this one. I'm very curious. Next one is the Sword of Doom. Yeah, I didn't know about this one, but then I literally looked through the whole collection on Barnes and Nobles, and it was just picking and checking out movies and films, and then I came across this one, and it's about a sword that I think was named Sword of Doom, and a samurai wielded the sword, and he became obsessed with killing and destruction, and he just became like a monster or destroyer. Like there was the only thing on his mind was killing, from what I've seen from the trailer. Yeah. It says swordplay classic and a thrilling tale of a man who chooses to devote his life to evil. Yeah. And it's because of a sword. So it seems interesting. It seems like a very video game type. It's like you just been granted this weapon, and you just it sounds like Doom, honestly. If you know video game Doom guy, you get a sword. It's like a lightsaber sword, and you just destroy demons and stuff like no one's business. So it sounds like that. And me personally, I've been meaning to like check out like multiple samurai movies, like old school samurai movies, because I they kind of don't make them anymore, honestly. And if they do, it's very niche. It's like a guy just holding a samurai sword. It's not a samurai person, right? And as someone who grew up with the video game Animusha, if you know what that game is, kudos. It's basically a samurai who comes back to his village and see how his village has been overrun with demons, and your job is to like destroy them all, right? And take back your land. So sounds like a very fun film, and it's not that long. It's like 2 hours long. Pretty good. Very excited for this one. It seems like a game, like a video game. Ooh, this one. I've been wanting to watch this. I didn't pick this up on the first 50% sale within this year, which I believe it was in July. But I kind of kicked myself because I didn't pick this up, but I finally picked it up. It's Videodrome. This box art, it's awesome. Like if you grew up in the 90s like me, they always had like crazy horror surreal like mutation like images on TV that that kids will just watch and think it's like funny or wild or crazy. And it's just like amusing to watch because like whoa, you could do that. It's kind of like the Tom and Jerry type of animation or imagery. But yeah, I just really wanted to get this. I think I looked at the trailer. I don't remember, but it's just a box art. I'm like, I really want to have this because one, Videodrome sounds super kick ass, and just the image of this box, it looks like a cassette. Like if you look on the side, I don't know, because it's still sealed. This, like I said, these are all sealed. It looks like a VHS cassette. So I'm very excited. This is the 4K one, so I'm very excited for this one. It seems like, and it's short. It's like an hour and a half, 89 minutes. But very excited. Very, very, very excited. The next one, Blood Sample by Ethan Cohen. Yeah. I didn't hear about this. I was looking through, and then I saw a bunch of posts on Reddit, on the Criterion subreddit. A lot of people has been picking this up. I'm like, okay, let me check it out. And I saw a trailer, and it was like the original what's that movie? Okay, I remember. I remember. Is No Country for Old Men. It seems like this is like that type of movie. But this is where it started from. And it looked very um very I don't want to say graphic, but it's like a cat and a mouse type of movie. You're trying to find someone and chase them down. So it might be fun. It seems interesting. I just picked it up because it's like, oh, it's like No Country for Old Men. But this is probably where it came from. So Blood Sample seems like a fun modern type of style movie. So it's 95 minutes, not too bad. So I'm definitely interested about this one. Now this one, okay. So I got this one. And I looked at trailers, I look at reviews, I look at comments. Um Silo, or the 120 Days of Sodom. This has been categorized as like the most controversial film ever to be seen or made. Um, it's the final film from Pier Pal Pasali. I'm sorry, I'm fucking, I'm probably not saying the name right. But I've seen trailers, I've seen clips, I've seen conversations about this film, and it's like, what the hell is happening? Right? From what I've concluded from all like the trailers and reviews, it's a film about high elitist people that have money. They're like the top 1%. They kidnap about, I believe it was 18 kids, 18 young people, and they just do whatever they want with them. So, yeah. Yeah, I feel like these are the types of films that like if you have the stomach for it and the mentality for it, and can watch through this, or through these types of themes, then you have to at least check them out, right? Because in the sense, it's like, if a normal person watches this film and it's like, why is this made? Like, why is this happening? But then if someone with like a mentality of knowing how like human nature and how humanity acts in like um in an area with no laws, or laws that has been made for the advantage of certain types of people, I feel like you have to watch this film, because there's some reviews saying how current these themes are being seen to the public, especially nowadays. What's year 2024, and like the current stuff that's been happening in terms of the news with like actors, high tier people, politics, politicals, people with power, people with money. They're just like taking advantage of their of their status and doing whatever the hell they want to anyone, or wherever. And this kind of signifies that level of control and power in regards of them using that towards these kidnaps young people. So I'm very curious about this film. I'm very like, I have to check it out, and I have to like put myself through this film so I can understand like the capacity a person with that status and money and power can do, and probably will do, if they have the access to do it and there's no consequences, right? So yeah. If you want this film, be cautious of what you're getting yourself into, and if you can't handle it, I don't suggest it. But if you want to understand humanity at its worst, this is probably the film you want to check out. I've never seen it. Like I said, this is all sealed. So when I watch it, I'm sure I'm gonna feel some things and say some things. But all right, the next one is this one. I don't know how to say it. The Weckermeister harmonies. I don't know much about this. I think I just saw a lot of people pick it up. I'm like, okay, let me check it out, and it seems neat. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I saw it. I think I don't remember seeing the trailer. I just saw a lot of people picking it up. This was a walk-in pickup, if I remember correctly. This wasn't in my whole bundle buy, but yeah, I just saw a lot of people picking it up. I'm like, all right, I'll pick it up. Seems interesting. There was a lot of good reviews on it. It has like a 4.3, I believe, on Letterbox. So I'm like, if it's that high of a score, I might as well pick it up and check it out. But that's another one. It seems interesting. Um, The Innocents. So I picked this up specifically because I was looking up like, what's the most horror, like scary type of film, and this came up. I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. And then I believe I did see the trailer, but I kind of forgot. But I've saw a video saying like, if you want to check out like true horror, this is the one to go. So I base it off of that, honestly. So I just picked this up. It seems neat. It was true horror, it's true horror, but it's not that long. 100 minutes. That's pretty short. That's very short. Is it? No, it's like an hour and 45. But yeah, definitely one I'm interesting. The next one, The Vanishing. So the thing about this film, I own this film already, but it's digital only. Um, yeah, and I've heard about this film a long time ago. I didn't know it was on within the collection. So I'm like, okay, I'll probably pick it up because the story it sounds crazy. And I've seen reviews about it saying the ending is wild. It's crazy. It was unexpected. I couldn't believe it, etc., etc. So I'm like, okay, I have to check out this film. Even though I have it digitally, I have it in my Apple TV movie collection. I've never seen it though. I haven't had the time, or I haven't had the motivation to see it. Maybe because it was digital. I don't know, but I haven't seen it. So basically, this guy goes on a date with his girlfriend, and then the girlfriend gets abducted. But then the abductor starts sending him letters of like how his girlfriend is doing, and what her whereabouts is. And within the trailer, it tells him like, "Oh, meet me here, and I'll show you your girlfriend to show how if she's if, that she's still alive and such." So it's a psychological thriller, I believe, or like a mystery thriller, and maybe it's unsettling, but it seems really good. I'm excited to see this just because of the ending. I don't know what happens in the ending. I kind of don't want to know if it's actually really crazy, but I'm actually really excited to see this. It's definitely on top of the list. But yeah, also the box is kind of sick too. I'm sure this box art. Oh, I could see it. Oh my god, I could see I see a face. I've never seen it. There's a box art like you could see a face within that. I don't want to keep looking at it just in case that signifies uh something. Um the next one is called Miller's Crossing. Pretty sick box art. Blah. Um I don't remember what the trailer was about. Classic noir fiction. Okay. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a while. Um but oh, it's because it's made from Ethan Cohen. So I remember reading saying anything by Ethan Cohen is the way to go. So I'm like, all right, what other movie, what other film Ethan Cohen made? And Miller's Crossing was one. And I was like, yeah, you have to get it. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll get it. But yeah, apparently, I don't think I've seen any other Ethan Cohen films. I don't know names like that, unfortunately. I just if you tell me a movie, I gotta see it. I'm a visual learner, so I have to see the box and the art and the poster to know what you're talking about. Um, but if I like it, I remember right away. If I don't, I have to look at the box art. But Crossing seems like a fun time. Maybe like an action film. Um, Contemporary films. Okay, seems like a good time. This one, Yi Yi. Uh, Japanese film talking about what's it called? Oh, what's the genre? A growing of age type of film, and like the lifestyle of this boy, um, just trying to like live a life. So I like the box art. I picked it up because of that. I looked at the trailer. Um, it looks very cinematic, so that's kind of like one of the reasons I picked it up. But I'm actually very curious about this. Usually, Japanese films, I'm very curious about because the way Japanese films are told, their storytelling is like another level. Honestly, it's not. It's not. I'm not even like joking, right? There's some films from Japan that are like, what are you trying to say? They're very deep thought conversations in terms of what they're trying to say. Um, but yeah, This might be one of those films that you're just watching someone grow and understand life and seeing their struggles and obstacles, what they go through. But I'm very curious about this. I do love Japanese films, um, which is kind of the reason why I kind of picked this up. This is not Japanese. This is in Mandarin with so it's a Chinese film. Taiwanese. I'm sorry. Um, yeah. Either way, international films are usually the way to go. They're always like over the top, but yeah. The next one, Less Samurai. Uh, this is a film about a detective. No, he's like a hitman, right? He's a hitman doing hits, and the cop is trying to catch him, something of the sort. Either way, I kind of picked it up because of the cinematography. Cinematography. I'm sorry, cinematography of the film. Because watching the trailers and like seeing how shots were made and the angles, the full scope capture of a room, it just looks gorgeous in that sense. And it's probably an action film. It was in 4K. Yeah, Japanese lone warrior mythology. Mm. It's one of those like spy hitman type of stuff, which is pretty cool. It seems like James Bondy, but kind of not. But I'm actually really excited to see this hitman. It comes from the shadows. You know those types of things. Uh, The Uninvited. This was supposed to be for Halloween. I didn't get it until this haul happened. So yeah, this was one. I think this was one with like one of the films back in the day. This was 1944. I believe this is the one that has like the revolution of capturing like spirits and ghosts within film. The special effects they used to capture that type of the imagery in a film was kind of another level in this time of age. Um, yeah, and then I saw reviews saying like it's one of the scary films that you have to check out within the Halloween. Like if you want to be scared or spooked, or even like have the proper environment to be spooked, this is the type of film for it. And look at that box. The box art is so sick. It seems like Exorcist like or like possession. Yeah. This is The Uninvited, directed by Lewis Allen, was groundbreaking for seriousness with which it treated the haunted house genre. So yeah, haunted house stuff. And which like most nowadays, haunted house stuff is like goofy. It's not as spooky as you would think it is. So that's definitely one I really want to check out, especially since they take that theme very seriously. So okay. So the next one is kind of a crazy one in terms of the type of movie it is. It is called The Piano Teacher. If you haven't heard of this and are looking for like obsession, romantic, one-sided love, maybe, um, to the point of saying, uh, I don't want to sound rude, but it's like don't put your don't put your D in crazy. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I saw the trailer and then I read some reviews about it, and it's about a piano teacher who's obsessed with this prodigy of a student because she believes he's faking it, like he's being so like suave and presenting himself as like the new the new it for piano, and she became so obsessed with him that she wanted him to love her. And she's like an older person too, so it's in that fixation of her being jealous that she probably knows she can't have him. No, she can't have him. Maybe because of like the what's it called? The connection of like she's the teacher, he's a student, or her age, stuff like that. To the point that within the trailer, it shows, I believe it shows her watching him teaching a young female pianist. She's like learning to like do a piano script, and then she becomes jealous of that interaction of those two. That she goes into like the wardrobe room, or like the coat room, the coat storage, and just does malicious actions to this girl because of her jealousy. So I'm very interested about this film. I'm very interested about this film. It's just like crazy love, knowing that that relationship can't happen. And it's like obsession, obsession love, one-sided obsession love. And it just seems very like whoa, you know? It's like, whoa, what the hell is happening? That type of film. So I'm very intrigued about this one. I can't wait to watch it. All right. Next one. We are halfway through the stack. The next one, The Trial. The Trial. That box art is fucking amazing. I love it. I love it. It's so cool. Um, from the trailers, it's about a guy getting accused of something, and everyone knows he did it, but he doesn't know he did it. So they're trying to be proven that he's guilty. And the only thing I know about this film is that one scene where he's smiling. I remember seeing that scene while I was looking up like what this film was about. And I'm like, "Oh, that's where this is from?" So that's kind of why I picked it up, because I wanted to see what was the story behind that image. So, yeah. That's basically it. But this seems like a good like it seems like a good dialogue film, because it's basically like a court case on this guy, and they're trying to prove him guilty and trying to get him, in jail. But the trial seems like a fun time, good dialogue, and I love me some dialogue films. I tell you what, shit, dialogue movies are like my jam. I love that back and forth between two characters, bro. Come on, the best. Terrence Malick's Days of Heaven. I have not heard about this film, and I legit found out about this film through an Instagram story. No, no, it wasn't Instagram. It was YouTube Shorts. It was a YouTuber. Damn, I forgot his name, but he talks about cinema, and this was one of the films he talked about that showcased how gorgeous the landscape is within this film. Like the landscape is part of the stories, but it's a character within the story, and how gorgeous it is. And I'm like, I have to watch this now. I just have to. So I legit was trying to look for it. I was trying to find a Blu-ray so I could like watch it on my PC, and sometimes I watch it on my TV. But they only had 4K, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna get the 4K. Fine. Um, But yeah, I'm very excited. I love landscape type of films just because it shows the mass like locations of it. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And I've seen like gorgeous films. I think the last one I've seen was what's it called? Banshees of the Innershire, the one with what's his name? You know what I'm talking about. Banshees of Inisherin. And the other one was Lady of a Portrait on Fire. Bro, Lady of a Portrait on Fire is so gorgeous. Oh my god. I have it, by the way, but I love it. Either way, I'm excited for this because of the landscape and like the cinematography of the landscape. So this is definitely one I'm super excited to check out. The next one. This one might be a controversial type of film, especially nowadays, because of the political stance behind it. This film is called 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days, and it's a young woman who's pregnant, who's trying to get an abortion, and it's the timeline is within 24 hours. It's crazy. And correcting, man, I don't want to get this wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. The title of this film, 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days, signifies the lifespan of her abortion. Like she's been, no, not her abortion, her pregnancy. She's been pregnant for 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days, and she's trying to get an abortion after the this time span. So yeah, it's probably a powerful film. It's definitely intense. Um, yeah, and I remember seeing the trailer, and they're like doing the abortion with like household tools or just like tools they're trying to like scatter around, trying to do it properly within like behind closed doors, and they're trying to find the doctor to do it. If not, like how they do it, what is the procedure to do it, you know? But this seems like a super intense film. If you're down with that, then definitely check it out. But it kind of shows the conversation behind that topic. So yeah, it's definitely very interesting. I would personally recommend it. It's a conversation to have, right? Um, okay. So the next one, local hero. First of all, I love the art. It's a London Toll booth, which is dope because I went to London and I've seen a bunch of them, and they're actually really cool. But they smell they're hollow, they're horrible inside because people piss in them. But either way, it's gorgeous. It's a nice cover art. Local hero, a guy. It's like one of those. It's one of those happy go lucky stories where it's like a massive corporation is trying to buy land off of this other country, so they send someone to like scavenge the land and try to propose, we're gonna buy your land, here's how much you're gonna make, this is what we're gonna do on your land and stuff. But at the same time, he's living there. So from what I've taken from the trailer is this person who's a representative of this company who is trying to buy the land. This person starts experiencing life on the land and the type of people he meets and the environment, the landscape, the beauty of nature of it all, the conversations they have with uh, the town locals and stuff like that. And he starts to fall in love with the people and the land and everything. So he becomes one with them, and he's trying to defend the land from his job trying to take it. So it sounds like a definitely heartfelt film. Is probably a good time. It's like one of those things like um when you go from city life to uh local life or nature life, you see the differences of like the beauty of each lifestyle, right? One is not greater than the other, but it all depends on how you live it and the type of connections you seek um, around you, right? You know, it's an environment conversation, but it seems like a fun film to check out. Definitely recommend it. It's a gorgeous box art, by the way. Very gorgeous, very nice, very nice. Next, All of Us Strangers. All of Us Strangers. I definitely picked this up because of the reviews, right? I saw the trailer. It sounds intense. Um, I believe there's definitely a twist in this. I don't know, but all the reviews saying the ending made me cry like crazy. I've never cried like that. It left me heartbroken. There was a review that said after watching this film, I just sat there in silence for like 30 minutes. I'm like, okay. The only film that made me do that was Oppenheimer, and I oh my god. So I'm very curious about this film. And in the trailer it said like one of the guy within the relation it's a gay lover story. One of the guys didn't know his background about his family, and he goes back home to like learn the truth. And then there's something within that story that's like, that's like whoa, right? Um I'm definitely curious about this. Like I It's been a while since I've cried on a film. Um Funny enough, the last time I cried within a film was Elephant Man. That film was so gut wrenching because you would think the Elephant Man is like some monstrosity or something like that. I was like, no, he's legit just a person. And I've met people and befriended people who had like physical disabilities that you could see on their person, but they're just people, They're trying to do their best to live their lives. But yeah, to this film, I'm excited. I want to cry. I want to cry at a film like hard, like deep cry. This might be it. I don't know, but I'm very curious how deep cry of a film this might be. Um, yeah. The next one is Scanners. Uh, yeah. I don't know much about this film. I just read that it's about someone with telepathic abilities and they find someone who's stronger and they take him for like the CIA and they use his powers for stuff. It's kind of crazy. And of course, if you haven't watched this film has that famous head exploding scene, right? Which become is like very gruesome at the time. Does it say the year? 1981. So excited to see what this is. I'll definitely enjoy it. But I've never known it, and like the box art, and this is like the only one that's different because the box is like it's paper. It's not like the plastic stuff. Um, but yeah, Scanners, fun time. Seems like a fun time. Okay, the next one, we're almost done. The next one is called Safe, and this was a walk-in buy for me. Um, I I was just looking at it. The box art kind of seems pretty good, pretty interesting concept. And then I read the back, and it's basically about a woman who's been severely ill, and the only way to like her continue living and not get sick constantly is for her to like enclose herself in a box and live her life within that box. Um, just to like read off the back, uh, Carla White, a Los Angeles housewife in the late 1980s, who came down with a debilitating illness. After the doctor sees she can, no, after the doctors She sees what? That doesn't sound English. I'm sorry. After the doctors she sees can give her no clear diagnosis, she comes to believe that she was frighteningly extreme environmental allergies and profound unsettling work from the great American director Todd Haynes. So basically, she can't go outside. She's very allergic to like everything. So the only way she can continue living is within a box. And there's multiple films that has that I remember that has these types of characters. Like the one that comes to mind is that character within Blade Runner 20. Oh my god, I keep forgetting the year. It's the one with freaking is the part 2 one. Um where where the character goes to the woman who like creates dreams, and she lives in a dome uh because that's where she works, or she has free range, but she lives there. So, you know, um it seems interesting. And it says it's a film about the commentary of self-help culture as a metaphor for the AIDS crisis, as a drama about class and social estrangement, and as a horror film about what you cannot see. So it seems interesting. It seems relatable if you want to connect it to like the COVID when we had in the past few years, where everyone was isolated, everyone was bound within their homes, and some people could take it, some people can't, but it's the idea of just being isolated from the outside world. So it seems very interesting. I'm definitely down for this film. Um, and the idea of like how can someone this sick or is prone to sickness can be mentally unstable. Maybe that's a conversation with this film because you're so enclosed within the confined area. So very interested about that film. The next one is called Harakiri. Is it 4K? No, it's not. Harakiri. Just reading off the back. A samurai following the collapse of his clan, an unemployed samurai arrives at the manor of Lord Li, begging to be allowed to commit ritual suicide on the property. Um, Believing the desperate Ronin is merely angling for a new position, trying to force his hand and get him to eviscerate himself, but they have underestimated his belief in his personal brand of honor. So it's a film about a samurai who goes out to war. I believe was it war? No. Either way, it's a film about a samurai with his clan, and his clan just like doesn't exist anymore. So he goes, sets out, and goes back to his village. But little does he know that his village has been conquered and has been ruled by another lord, and he wants to commit suicide as what a samurai's honor is supposed to do. But he sees that his culture and his like um his tradition has been diminished within his land. So I believe it's him trying to like decorrupt the land he was raised in, right? It's a fierce evocation of individual agency in the face of corruption and hypocritical system. So it seems really dope. It's like a one for all or a fight for all for like one versus everyone type of film, and it's samurai from the 1962. So definitely good. And I've seen reviews that this is like one of the most like it's definitely one of like the best samurai films that's out there. So yeah, definitely very keen to check it out. The next one, Godland. Godland. Um, it's one of those films that I read again. It's like the landscape is part of the film. You have to see it because of the gorgeous landscape and like the location based. And it's set in Iceland, I believe. Um, yeah, they're just traveling across, and it's this. It's what's it called? It's not a priest. It's it's someone from like a church trying to journey across the land to spread Christianity, I believe. Yeah. Uh a priest, Lucas, makes the perilous trek to Iceland's southeast coast with the intention of establishing a church. Yeah. Uh the arrogant man of God finds his resolve tested as he confronts the harsh terrain, temptations of the flesh, and the reality of being an intruder in an unforgiving land. So it definitely seems like one of those like you're testing yourself. You're testing your belief system. You're testing who you are as a person, and you're trying to go the right path of religion, but the world is testing your ability to do so, like your endurance. So definitely cool. Definitely cool. I'm another one of those that I'm really excited to see just because of the landscape imagery. So Godland, really really cool. Box art is really dope. Next one, Tampopo. Tampopo, the comedy about ramen. I picked this up because Andrew Garfield mentioned it on his Criterion video, closet video. I'm like, all right, let me check it out. And it's one of those films. It's saying like how they're trying to make a new recipe to be the next hit of ramen, and it's just like wacky, fun, comedy centered, food culture. It's a movie about food, specifically ramen, and I love me some ramen. So probably a fun time. I'm excited to see it, but it's one of the movies that have to be in the movie. I have to be giddy. Like I want to have fun. This might be the film to do so. Um, yes. The next one, we're almost done. We got two more. Um, next one, Tokyo Story. Tokyo Story. Um, this was a walk-in buy for me. I was looking at it. I'm like, I need one more to make the price even. And I looked at this, and from what the reviews said, it's like it's and like the rating on Letterbox, it's super high. It's like 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm like, whoa, I've never seen that. And like, I gotta have to, I gotta get this film if it's that high, and it's, I guess it's that super good. Um, just reading off the back here, Tokyo Story is a crowning achievement of unparalleled Yasu Yasujiro. The film, which follows an aging couple's journey to visit the grown children in bustling post-war Tokyo, surveys the rich and the complex world of family life with the director's customary delicacy and ins- and perspective on social mores. So, it's a film about difference in terms of lifestyle within Tokyo. So, it seems pretty good. I got a high rating. I read reviews that's very heartwarming. It's very sad. Some people cried. So, it's one of those like those films that said this is life within this era. This is how life was. So it seems like a type of history kind of film, but it's one of those. It's one of those like you're seeing life through a lens, right? So this film is from 1953. Very far away. Very far away. Okay, the last two. I'm gonna save this one for last because I feel like that's like a fan favorite. Um, second to last, High Low. I've never seen this film. I saw a trailer. I saw reviews. I saw like a super in-depth review of this film, and it seems very intriguing. It's uh, it's a thriller, I believe. Someone kidnaps a family, a daughter of a high rich family, and the kidnapper is demanding some type of thing, but there's a conversation saying, how much are you willing to give up of what you have um in order to keep your daughter alive. That the conversation is, you might lose it all, but you'll get your daughter back and not have anything left, or you don't save her but you have everything and more. So, and then you see the differences of high life living and low life living, like the poor and the rich. So, very interesting film. I love those types of films because it shows those different perspectives, and people don't realize that those differences are very drastic, right? That perspective is not really talked about. It's only in contemporary films that they talk about it, but it's very interesting. It's always nice to see in terms of like keeping um the information there, right? There's always a discussion about it. Um very intrigued about this film. I'm sure it's like one of those films that probably has a deeper meaning like within the story, but you don't see it until you're fixated on on that topic and you're looking for that topic rather than seeing the movie face value. So very excited for this one. Now the last one, I was kind of like, should I get it? Should I not? I've seen a lot of people talk about it. I'm like, you know what? I'll just get it. Whatever. Train Spotting, right? I've never seen this film. A lot of reviews and threads talked about this film, saying the music in this film is amazing. It's such a classic. Now this is the Blu-ray version. I know there's a 4K version, but I am not prone to 4K anymore. I only buy 4K if it's the only option, right? It's because I would like to sometimes I would like to watch the movies I have on my PC or on the go. Um, and I don't believe there's like a 4K portable anything. So yeah. The only thing I know about this film is like, oh, it's about drugs. But I've seen a clip with what's his name? Egan McKellen. He does like a monologue of the fact that he hates that he's Scottish or something, and it's very powerful. Um, but yeah, and I no Ian McKellen. I'm sorry, Ewan McGregor. Yeah, him. I'm sorry. I'm bad. I'm terrible with names. I'm terrible with names, and I love film, but I'm terrible with names, especially with actors and directors. I have no idea. I only just know like the most popular ones, I suppose. But either way, I'm terrible with names. Um, yeah, I've never seen this. This was 1996. I was freaking like 5 years old. I've never seen this. But I'm excited to see it. It's like one of those. They're sort of modern, they're like modern within our time frame, I suppose. But I'm very interested in this. I'm excited for the music. Everyone's talking about and praising the music. Um, but yeah, that's all of my Criterion haul. That's all of them. That's 28 films. Um, yeah. All right. So now I have like a few more films that I bought with this haul that are not Criterion if you want to check those out. But nonetheless, um, these are the films, these are the Blu-rays and the other movies I picked up within these purchases. Okay. I'm just gonna go within real quick because they're not, I don't know, they might be interesting for some, but to me, I just picked it up because I was interested in them and I've never seen them. So remembering Gene Wilder. So I know he was like an amazing actor. One of those was like you're never gonna get him again type of actors, and I just want to know what type of actor he was because I only know him from like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Blazing Saddles. There's like another film he was with the same guy in oh my god, I want to say Blazing Saddles too. I don't remember, but I want to watch more films with him in it. So I just want to watch this as like a documentary type of film. So I'm excited for this one. Next, The Lost Boys. I've never seen it. It's a film about vampires. I know. I bought this during the Halloween sale or not the Halloween sale, the horror sale Barnes and Noble was having. So I'm like, fuck it. I've never seen it, so I'm getting it. And that's pretty much it. I've never seen it. Next, The Birds with by Alfred Hitchcock. And I've been kind of going into the Alfred Hitchcock type of watching binge type of thing. Like I watch Vertigo, I watch The Man Who Knows Too Much. So I'm like, I've never really seen Alfred Hitchcock's type of films, but I want to go through them. So I just like fuck it, the birds. I want all the birds. So I just bought this because of Alfred Hitchcock, and I always wanted to check his movies out. I've never really checked out old movies like that, but I'm excited for that. Alfred Hitchcock. Next one, Flatliners. First of all, look at that box art. It's freaking amazing. Look at that. It's so nice and shiny. These are all sealed, by the way. Like I said, I have not watched these. I will watch them. I will open them up when I'm planning to watch them. Okay. Flatliners. Seems dope. I read a little bit behind it where a group of students try to test each other's endurance by flatlining and then bring coming back to life. So they're like testing their limits of being dead. It sounds crazy. I've never seen this film. It sounds an insane premise. And definitely sounds like a fun time to me. I don't know. But I love this box, like I said. Nice and shiny. Lenticular? No, it's not lenticular. That's nice. Nice box. Next. The Beach. Never seen this film. I bought it on the horror sale. My friend bought it, I believe, and she told me she loves this film. And I'm very excited to see this film, but I want to watch it with her because she told me like she wants to see my reaction when we watch this film. So I'm kind of waiting on this when we watch it together. But I'm actually really curious because I know when this film came out, I was like, oh, it's like one of the best scary films I've seen. Like, all right, cool. I've never watched it, so I'm definitely excited to check this out when it happens. Um, the next one, Goodbye Dragon Inn. I got this. I just browsing around. I found this, and I checked out reviews. And one of the reviews said that there's no dialogue exchange until like 45 minutes into the film. I'm like, what? No way. What type of movie is this? And it's about a movie theater that's bound to be closed down, and they're showing like their last goodbye on the movie theater, and they're just watching a film. Um and the reason I kind of want to buy this because I feel like all the movie theaters where I grew up, disappeared and turned into like a store, or they demolished it to be like an apartment building or something. And I say this because I remember there's one movie theater that's, I remember it's there, and I don't know if it's probably not there anymore, but it's just so ingrained in my mind that, you have that movie theater that you just go, and the smell of popcorn just like takes over, and it's just like, I love this place just because of that smell. Like that smell recognized, it's just ingrained into your mind. So I kind of wanted to check it out because it's about movie theaters and how little there is, right? And the amount of people that rarely go to theaters anymore. They only go to theaters when there's like a blockbuster film, not when there's like independent films or like out of the blue type of films. So I'm very curious about that film. And last but not least, of course, if you're a retro game fanatic and if you were born within the 90s or even before, you probably know about this film. But I just bought it because of nostalgia. It is Super Mario Bros. Man, I know a lot of people shit on it, but it's like, if this was on TV, I'm watching this. So I had to have it. Knowing that the new one came out, the Super Mario movie, and it's like, yes, that was a lot of fun, and I've watched it on in theaters. I watched it on a plane. I cried when I watched it in theaters because it's like my childhood was on the big screen. But this was the first movie that was like, oh, they're using the item within the game in the movie. It's like and you saw Yoshi, like what the fuck was Yoshi about? But this was it. This was the film. Like this was my Mario movie. And I will never let it up. I know everyone loves the freaking elevator scene when Mario makes the Goombas dance, but I don't know. It has some charm, at least to me. Yes, it's weird and bad, but like it's like one of the first Mario movies. And it's like, come on. I don't know. It's just nostalgia for me. I love it. I love to have it. So, yeah. Uh that was the last film. That was the last from my haul, and I hope you enjoy the video. Um Feel free to subscribe, check out my other videos. I don't have a schedule. I just inclined to make films. Inclined to make videos of stuff I enjoy and my passions and stuff. I have more Criterion films from last sale, and I'm still trying to get through that. So if you want to watch a video about those films and my reviews on it, because I've actually watched those, let me know. But in any case, thank you for watching. If you watched the whole thing, thank you for staying and watching. I know I said it was going to be a short video, but it's not, because it's a long stack. It's a huge stack of film. Um, Thank you for watching. All right. I hope you guys and ladies enjoy film. The Criterion sale ends in about a week and a half. So we still have the rest of November left. So if you're going to get something, if you want some recommendations, those are my recommendations. But I have like I said, I have another stack of Criterion films. If you want some more recommendations, let me know. I'll make a video on those. Yeah, that's it. That's my haul. I hope you enjoyed it. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye.